this is a good zombie show that doesn't forget about the humans. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about a Netflix Korean series called Kingdom. It's a horror drama. That's what I would call it. It's 2 seasons, 12 episodes, 6 episodes in each season. The first season, the episodes are a little bit longer, 50 something minutes. And in the second season, they're about like 40, 38. I don't know why. But there are a lot of characters to follow. So stick with me. I'm going to try to break down both seasons without spoiling too much. Early on, we're introduced to this king. They say he has a illness, but it turns out he's a zombie and he's eating people. They're feeding people to him. And it's one of those puppet master stories. The guy who's not really in charge, but he's doing everything. I think his name is Cho, and he has his daughter marry the king, before the king dies or whatever. And he's really controlling everything. He doesn't want anybody to know that the king is really dead or anything like that. He wants his family name everywhere. So if the queen has a baby, then his lineage will rule the kingdom. However, the king does have his own son. His name is Prince Chang. They call him the Crown Prince throughout this series. But he doesn't really want the power, but he's concerned about his dad. And when he goes try to see the king, they're like, you can't see him, yada, yada, yada. And he just thinks something is wrong. So he bounces while Cho is trying to kill him. He's like, capture the prince. He's going against everything. So when Chang goes out, he takes his bodyguard, this guy he hires to be his bodyguard, and they come across this village, and it looked like it's a bunch of dead people. And it turns out they're zombies. Instead of calling them zombies, they just say it's a disease that's spreading. And it's a resurrection plant that turns it wakes the dead up, essentially. And, the first season is all about figuring out how the disease spreads. Like most horror movies, people don't really believe anything until they see it. So, they bring all the dead bodies and they're trying to bury them. And then this one guy, he's like, they're not dead. During the day they're dead, but at night they're going to come out. So boom, that happens. It gets night. They start coming out the grave and killing a lot of people. And I think the focus in the first season was good to focus all on the zombies and, getting people to safety. And the prince forms like this group. He has his bodyguard. He meets this doctor who knows about the disease because the person she studied under wrote in a book. And then you got this young warrior who's really good with a gun, while everybody else has like swords, and that's cool. It's a different take against these zombies, and they're not like slow walking zombies. They like to run, and they'll get after you real quick and fast and in a hurry. And it's really good to see. Again, it's only 6 episodes. But while that's happening, there's things going on with the humans it's really shady and corrupt stuff that's going on. And it pays off in the second season. So the first season is just all mostly zombies, getting people to safety. How do we deal with this threat? How do we fight this threat? And then it gives you a twist at the end of the first season, which is great, which makes you want to watch the second season. The second season, I call it a horror drama because the second season is more drama. You get an understanding of what the zombies are and what they can do and cannot do. So the second season focuses on the humans and all the corruption that led to the zombies and led to the disease. It's really well done, honestly. I thought so. So the first season, you'll probably get more action because there's a lot more zombies. And the second season, there's not a lot of zombies for a good reason that I'm not going to spoil you. But you get a lot of fill-in stuff, a lot of background information on like the queen, on Cho, her father, on the king, on the crown prince. You get so much information that you understand these characters a little bit better. But at the end of the second season, there is action that leads into a third season, which I think it was really well done. I thought it was going to be forced, but it was really well done. And it makes me excited to see this third season because, once the conflict is kind of resolved, you're like, all right, they're going to wrap this up, but there's more to it. And it ends on such a positive note. And I really look forward to watching season 3. again, it's a lot of characters to follow. They travel a lot, throughout Korea. So I'm not really focused on like the towns and everything, but they are moving around a lot. But they do a great job of explaining this disease, the zombies, you know, why it's spreading, and then they give you a lot of information on the people, that's essentially manipulating everything. And I think it's a really great watch and something you should definitely check out. Watch it in Korean or Mandarin, whatever. Don't watch it dubbed because it's a more serious show, and I don't think the dub really captures that a lot. So watch it with the Korean original voice and the subtitles. It's a great series to watch. Easy to watch. Again, only 2 seasons. It's called Kingdom on Netflix. If you watched it, let me know what you thought about it. I know it was a lot to take in, but if you watched this far, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Deuces.